Good morning, TikTok fam. It's Brian, your Gen X storyteller, back with another tale. Now, this one is filled with magic and terror and crime, and it's from my youth. So, back in high school, my friends and I did senior ditch day. There's the crime. We ditched school together, and we live in Orange County, California, and we went to Huntington Beach for the day. Got our boogie boards, towels, and some snacks, and we hit the beach. Now, if you know me, you know I am a water person. I love the water. I stay in the water all day. I'm at home in the water. So we're out there body surfing the waves and boogie boarding the waves, having a great time. And at one point during the day, some of the friends were hanging out on the sand, and my buddy Sam and I were out in the water. And we were kind of a little further out, so the waves weren't really breaking on us. We're just sort of rolling over the waves. And we're just chilling and talking about whatever. Next thing we know, here comes a fucking fin. Shark fin, not 30 feet away from us. And needless to say, we lost our shit. And we were just panicking. Because, the more you splash, the more it attracts. So we're like, do we bolt because we're pretty far from shore, or do we slowly, don't look at me, kind of dog paddle our way in? We were just turning around to get it the fuck out. All of a sudden we saw another fin, and then another, and then another, and another fin. Turns out it was a whole freaking school of dolphins. It wasn't shark at all, it was dolphins. And then terror became magic. We were at one point not 15 to 20 feet away from this whole, I think it's a pod of dolphins, and it was magic. They were right there. We know how intelligent they are, we know how smart they are, and oftentimes people friendly. So I wanted nothing more than to swim out to them. And as we started to do that, they kept their distance, but they stayed, like I said, 15 feet away. It was incredible. It was one of the most incredible days and experiences of my life. I mean, I still remember it to this day. And I absolutely loved it. And the fact that we were so close to these huge, intelligent mammals who were curious enough about us to stick around, but unfortunately I couldn't touch one. But it was still very cool, and Sam and I came in from the water to the sand and just had this powerful memory. And that's my story. So if you like stories, drop it in the comments here what kind of memories you have from your childhood that really stand out. And well, let's talk about books, because as you guys know, I'm a writer and I've got books out, and it is the holiday season. So if you dig sci-fi, or you've got a science fiction fan, check out my Metcraft trilogy. It's YA, it's nanotech, it's warring factions in a secret war in Los Angeles. It's pretty magical in itself. And if you like fantasy or have a fantasy person in your life, I wrote a book for a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. The book is called To Slay a God, and I had a lot of fun writing it. I got invited to do this from the makers of the game campaign, The Black Ballad. Those guys invited me in to write a fictional story set in their Dungeons and Dragons universe. And it was a blast. And the book is classic medieval fantasy adventure. I wanted reading this book to feel like you're sitting around the table with your friends playing Dungeons and Dragons. And I think it succeeds in that. It's a lot of fun. Anyway, drop it in the comments. Let's get a conversation going about your memories. Talk to you guys next time.